Hey everybody, my name is Max Taylor. I'm an account manager over here at New Order. Today I'm going to be walking through today's webinar labeled Crank Up Your Content. The goal of today is to walk you through some quick tips and useful ways to actually utilize New Order in the middle of our trade season. I'm sure a lot of you either are already attending trade shows or have some yet to come. Now, a lot of people forget that New Order actually has tons of different selling tools available right at your fingertips to help you not only engage buyers in advance, but get them into the portal to actually start shopping as well. Now, what you're looking at right now is a little test portal our dev team has created called Slothomania. But before we dive in, one thing I think is important to point out that a lot of people underutilize is what we call our splash page. Now, to show you an example, I wanted to show you a brand that recently went live with us based out of Portland called Bridge and Burn. Now, for those of you that may not be familiar with splash pages or using them to your advantage today, this is a perfect example. This is the first thing the buyer will see when they log in to get information. Now, it's great to have a lifestyle image, something you've recently uploaded, but it should convey a message, right? This is a immediate billboard when somebody logs in, right? So this particular instance, Bridge and Burn is notifying what shows they'll be attending, and also just a sleek image. Not too much info, nothing too much to read. It's not bombarding the buyer when they log in. It's just enough info, quick and to the point. Now, let's actually walk through how to set up splash pages for any of you guys that may not be aware. So I want to do it from the Slothomania portal. I'll click into my navigations tab. And this will actually be managed through admin. So I click into the admin side. For those of you that are familiar, this is broken down into multiple subsections. Now, towards the bottom, you'll notice brand information and the star right here for customize your portal. Now, the majority of in-app branding, as labeled here, will actually be drag and dropped. It's very simple as long as you abide by the required image dimensions. Now, right here, custom splash page. So what I recommend is think of something creative, right? How can you draw attention to the buyer, to whatever you're trying to convey within your splash page? This is a perfect example of why you would want to include a marketing contact, right? Somebody that can access New Order and really be in charge of the atmosphere that you're trying to convey. Give a sense of what the brand is made out of. Anything that goes into the design, the layout, all of that should be conveyed within New Order as well. And these are the perfect tools to do such. Again, just to reiterate, just make sure that anything you design internally, whether it's Photoshop, whatever you put together, even if it's quick, as long as it gets to the point, like with the Bridge and Burn example, drag and drop it, and you can actually determine if you want to make this active or not. So what's convenient about that is, perhaps you've blocked off, say, half a morning or something, where you just want to upload a lot of these images, but not necessarily make them available yet. You can just keep it inactive for the time being until perhaps maybe a week before a trade show. Now, segueing into trade shows specifically, let's think of some ways that you can actually promote those trade shows in advance, right? So now I'll go back to the All Products tab. Now, as I mentioned, there's a lot of different ways that you can start getting the word out there that you're attending trade shows, and a great way to do that, for instance, would be perhaps you want to give an early glance of upcoming releases, something that will only be available at the trade show for a first look, right? So let's say you want to make that available within New Order exclusively, say a week, maybe less than that, 24 hours in advance. And that raises an important point as well. I always encourage new brands when they go live with New Order, you want to make this look and feel like a privileged experience, right? Incentivize buyers to log in here. Why would they want to place an order here? other than your traditional email or just calling in, right? This is a platform where they can log in and feel like there's something unique to it. They're getting access to products, whether it's flash sales, special discounts, and you can really curate that experience, right? So let's say, for instance, I'm just going to walk you guys through how to create not only a custom list, but also track a campaign, right? So let's say you have a list in mind of retailers that you already know are going to be attending a particular trade show. So I'm just going to select several different slots, but let's create a list, right? So I'm going to add product to a new list. Let's say it's trade show exclusives. Now, immediately, like I said, it sounds like whatever is in here is privileged and not everybody can get their hands on it, right? So now I'm going to continue to add some items. See, added to trade show exclusives. Now, just for this example, I'm basically going down the list here and selecting. But let's say this all looks good. I'm going to go to trade show exclusives. And now I'll be able to send this out as a campaign. Now, once I send out a campaign, I'll actually be able to track it within the campaigns tab right here. So let's say, for instance, I've sent this out to, say, 60 different retailers that I know are going to be attending a particular trade show. I'll be able to keep track of who's actually opened my campaign so far, who's clicked into it to actually open it, and then actually track if there's been any money generated from it as well. So what's great is you have some low-hanging fruit here, right? You'll be able to see, say, out of that that number of recipients, maybe you know exactly who's not actually opened it yet. And so right there is a perfect example of people you can reach out to. And you already have a conversation starter, right? Say, hey, I understand you're going to be attending the trade show. I look forward to meeting with you. Just wanted to send you this draft of some items that will be available at the show itself, and let me know if you have any questions. So again, that's perfect from a sales rep's perspective. And literally, you can send this out with the click of a button to over 100, 200 retailers in a second. Now, that's all more focused on the promotional side. One thing I wanted to mention as well that I think is useful when you're actually on the trade show floor is a lot of people take for granted, they assume they still have to actually print line sheets or lookbooks, which I'm sure you all are familiar with, is huge, huge cost of money depending on how much you're printing and how frequently. So what's convenient about NuOrder, and this has existed for quite some time within the media galleries, the ability to actually set up hotspots. Now, this is perfect because say you're working with a tablet, right? And you're working with a retailer at a trade show. What you can do is actually upload a full lookbook and have a page-by-page look through, right? So this is just a quick example. This is only one particular image, but you're able to assign hotspots. And hotspots are very similar to, for instance, shopping Instagram, right? So I just want to show you an example for any of you guys that may not be familiar. If I go back into admin, and this will be in the same section where I showed you how to upload and manage your splash pages. So I'm going to continue back down here. And you'll notice if I click on Manage Media, I can actually click into hotspots right here. So what it'll do is allow me to assign. So say, for instance, this adorable sloth was actually an item, right? So odds are there's something in here titled sloth. So I can add to hotspot. Literally, I would just click where the item is. It'll actually apply it, and it'll save that hotspot. So now, again, if you're handing an iPad to a buyer to show, instead of just giving them a quick printed line sheet and they scribble on it and walk away, you can actually get a draft order out of this. Email it to them automatically. It'll save you tons of time on the trade show floor, eliminating human error and any other just sloppiness that I'm sure you realize goes on when there's tons of people around you and you're just trying to focus on one buyer at a time, right? So these are some examples of ways that you can utilize NuOrder. And again, it's just emphasizing that this is really a selling tool to help you not only at trade shows themselves, but prior to that. So if you have any questions, I encourage you guys to reach out to your account managers, as well as our Heroes team prior to any upcoming trade shows. And we're more than happy to work with you guys with just creative ideas and ways that we can increase that ROI for you and make this trade show visit as powerful for you as possible. Well, that's about it for me, guys. I appreciate the time, and I look forward to chatting with you guys soon on the next webinar that I host. Take care.